talk a little bit about practice?
Had a good day's work today, and again, I thought it was a physical practice, and we've got a little ways to go. We've got some good practice time tomorrow that we need to take advantage of. But I thought overall it was a good day, and this is an extremely good football team. So we're going to need to play our best. We've had two really good days of practice back to back. So we've got tomorrow to get ready, and we'll see what happens.
Well, after 2 days, you anticipate any changes personnel-wise?
Not many. I mean, we haven't made a decision right now at center. We'll obviously go through tomorrow's practice and evaluate what we're going to do.
Where is Reese been practicing this week?
They've both taken snaps with the ones and alternated, but again, we won't make a decision until after practice tomorrow.
Is that the only likely possible change?
Right now, yes. I mean, there's obviously going to be some rotating in and out at positions, but other than that, it's pretty much status quo.
What are some of the things you guys have worked on today at practice?
Well, we always, take Wednesdays and work a lot of third down. That's a good third down day, good blitz day. Both blitz pickup offensively and blitz on defense, and pressure game. Work some goal line today. That's our typical Wednesday.
What have y'all done to get ready for the noise? Did you have like cowbells in the indoor?
Well, we don't have the luxury of having a lot of cowbells, so we just use the standard noise that we use in practice. But we've done that all week. We've done that for several weeks now, so we know it's going to be loud, and we know that there's going to be times when offensively it's going to be a challenge, but we've been working it.
Is some of the coach speak easier to get through to players about playing all 60 minutes and stuff like that, given for this game, given the way the last 2 years have been?
Well, I think that it's just certainly to the players that have been on our team, they understand that it legitimately has come down to the last drive, and so I don't think they think it's coach speak. I think they know that this is a game that is very physical. It's one that could very easily come down to the end again, and but I think that they understand it's very difficult to play in Starkville, and they understand that this is a very, very good football team, and we've got a tremendous challenge in front of us, and they know that.
You got 3 sacks combined from your starting defensive end Saturday. Seemed to be pretty good production. How did they grade out when you saw the film?
They graded out, average to above average. It's not always about what you see in terms of sacks. The effort was certainly there, but we look at execution of the defense, doing your job, and so you can have 3 sacks, and it's grade-wise not always what it looks like to the public eye. So those guys obviously have a lot of improvement to do with it, with playing within the structure of the defense, but they played really hard, and I was very proud of that.
I think most casual observers probably just watch and say that they played really well. What do they need to get better at in your eye for week 2?
Well, obviously playing the run. I think you start there, and as a defense as a whole, we have to play the run better. We have to tackle better, fit better, approach the ball better, execute the defense better. There was too many mental errors Saturday in the game, and so it really comes down to everybody doing their specific job. Everybody's got a job to do. They got a first job and they got a second job, and they've got to do it in that order, and they've got to execute what we call it. And we've got a lot of room for improvement in that regard.
You talked about depth and obviously the importance of that early in the season, especially at linebacker. I mean, how big is it to be able to get Justin Garrett and Chris Frost, some of those guys, into the mix a little bit more to kind of keep guys fresh?
It is big. We need to get them in the mix, and again, last year was a game where I think it was 90-some-odd plays, which is what we had last week. So if we can get off the field on third down, then obviously that won't. Hopefully it won't get to that, but it may. And if it does, that's when you really have to have that rotation. And you have to have guys that can go in there and play 30 snaps if they're not a starter. That's what we'd like to get to. So having the ability to throw guys in there and do that is big.
Is Frost getting closer to being able to help a little bit on defense after just playing some special teams first?
I think so. I mean, I think, he's really, he's had a really good last week and a half of practice. He's having fun out there. He's flying around, and he's improving. Again, the mental part of the game for him and the focus of executing the defense is his challenge right now. It has nothing to do physically with him, and he's got to improve there.
Are you guys cross-training him? Because I know he's working a week behind Darren for.
We're really trying to keep him more in one position, and he's not, he's more at the Sam position. And, we're, again, just trying to get him to learn something, learn a spot, and just improve there without, trying to learn 2 spots.
Is the team going to be able to go to the funeral tomorrow?
We're going to have some members of our team and some members of our coaching staff and Brother Chet. It looks like we'll be able to attend the funeral. The time is a little bit challenging for us, but we're going to try to obviously get, as many people as we can there.
When you watch the film of Mississippi State, how are they different than last year with Tyler Russell at quarterback, as opposed to Chris Ruff last year?
Well, I think they're 2 totally different types of players. If you just go back to them being recruited out of high school, Tyler Russell was a drop-back guy. Doesn't mean he can't do some other things with his feet, but he's an extremely talented passer. He's got some height, and he's got some good range and vision, and he's got some experience as well. The offense really hasn't changed. It'll be very interesting to us to see, their ideas of running the ball. Obviously, with the quarterback last year with Chris in there, they were a quarterback run team as often as they would like. That hasn't necessarily been the case from what we've seen, but it doesn't mean it won't be the case. They do a great job of their power and counter series, running the football. They're very physical at the point of attack. The quarterback really traditionally, Tyler hasn't been a part of that, but he very well could be. At least hadn't been a part of it much. So, but they've got some really good backs, and they'll have some guys in there that can play sort of a wildcat and do that type of running game with him. But Tyler's very, very good at throwing the football. He's a pro-style quarterback that can do some of the other stuff too.
Anything else? All right, Coach, thank you.
You are welcome.
Appreciate it.